Christmas card, and I've got this fabulous birdsong kit, and we've got the traditional robin, and I want to do it slightly different to normal, so we're going to put these pieces to one side for the moment, and we're going to get an A3 piece of card. So that's one of these really big pieces. Okay, so then we're going to fold it over to make an A4. And the reason we're going to do that is because basically I want a top folding A5 card, and in order to cut it, this now makes an A4 card, but in order to cut it to a vertical A5 I needed to fold it first because it wouldn't go through my my trimmer. So we need to then take it with the fold at the top, so that we're making sure we're cutting it the right way, and cut it at 6 inches. Okay, so just go there. Just run it through a couple of times because you've got double card thickness, and now you've got 2 vertical folding A5 cards. So keep the other piece for another card for later, and just so it's effectively 6 inches by 8 1/4. Okay. So then, obviously, in order to make our easel card, we've got the top fold already, so then we need to fold the top part to the centre, so we're folding that in half again. And you could use a bone folder here, but I haven't got one to hand. So then we've created an easel card. Now all we need to do is get decorating. So the first bit that I've got is my base card. We've got one half here that I'm going to use that's got the robin on it, and the other half I'm going to use for the base part of my card. So the next thing I need to do is just make a mark to cut it in half. It should be 6 inches, but just to be sure, we're getting it in half, so then just pop that in place. If it's not quite 6 inches, we may have to adjust our card base slightly, but hopefully it's correct. So we've cut that in half, so I now got 2 pieces of cardstock go down here, and then this one is going to go up here, but obviously not all of it is going to stick down, so I'm going to use it so it stands like that, and then it's going to top up like that. And then we've got, or I could, I'm sorry, I'm thinking on the go here, I was thinking I could do that and just have my, no. I'm just trying to think whether I prefer to have this piece sticking up and have that down here. I hope to go that way up, so which makes a nice inside as, no, that was going down there. Have this piece down here, which makes a lovely inside of our card, but then we cut our robin in half, so no, that's not going to work, look. So yeah, we're definitely going to put that up on here. Now it is very slightly smaller, so I am going to just cut a little piece off the edge of this card that I've got here. But we'll do that after I've stuck this down. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick this card down, and I'm going to put them both over to the left hand side, so when I cut the excess off it'll fit fine. Okay, so we're just going to use a glue runner and cut and stick this down. So we just use a glue runner. These are really simple cards to make, but they look really effective. And then we'll just pop that in place. I'm going to keep it over to that side so that we can sort that piece out. And then we'll just tidy up all those edges. And we're going to put this piece onto here, but obviously what we need to do, because we don't want to glue it on the back piece here, is we want to glue this piece here rather than the actual piece of card. And plenty on. And then again, lining this all up like so. So you can see we've got a bit of excess down there, so we're just going to tidy that all up. Okay, so now we've got our easel card done. So the the base is done, we've got the covers part done. So the next thing I want to do is put on the actual stopper on my easel card. So for that, we're going to use one of the borders from this set. So we're just going to use this lovely border here that matches in with my topper that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to pull that out because I don't need all of those edges. And then we need to obviously use some 3D foam tape or something to pop that in position. But before I do that, actually I'm just going to get it roughly to size. I'm going to glitter all of this up. And then my topper that I'm going to be using is this one here, of the lovely robin with the box. So I want to take that out. And then I need the same matching one that's for the sentiment. So I pop that one out as well. So that's the bits that I need from the sheets, and I want to glitter those up. So we're just going to get some glitter, and first of all I'm just going to take my little and just buff off these edges where there's any little nicks from where the die cuts were held in place. Okay, so I use my Zig glue pen and glittered my topper up. As you can see, I just went where the snowy bits were, my border and my sentiment. So I think that looks really pretty. So we'll put the topper and the sentiment to one side for the moment. Okay, so in order to position our border correctly in the correct place, I need to just look at what looks right when you kind of, you know, how upright I want it. Because if I wanted it really upright, then I need the stopper further back, but I don't. I want it kind of here, I think, and enough space that when I put my sentiment on, which is going to go over the top like that, we're not going to cover that. So I think that about there is going to be perfect. So then we need to put foam tape on the back of our border. Now I don't want it too deep, so I've used it quite thin. I would think it's about 1 mil. And then peel off the back and pop that in position, making sure it's nice and straight. I think it's about there. So before I stick it down properly, I just check, yep. So pop that down, then flip it over and just cut the excess off each side, the overhang as it were. Get it hold upright like this, like that, so that looks really cool. Okay, so now I want to put my sentiment on. Now in order to stick this down, we're going to need 1 mil of the foam tape on each side, and I'm not even going to try and bother trying to stick it over the actual border part because it's so glittery it probably wouldn't stick anyway. So I'm just going to put this mil foam tape on either side, and that should be plenty to keep it in place. And this will hold the top part of the easel card up a little bit more upright as well, because obviously there's depth to the border card of the. I'm thinking I'm going to put it that side, actually, having shown you the other way. Okay, so just making sure it's in position and nice and straight. I think that looks good. Oops, I forgot it's not sticking in the middle. Hold on. Just very slightly up. There we go. And that's that bit done. So now when we put that up, it's going to stop against our sentiment. Again, we just need our 3D foam tape. We'll just pop it on the back of our topper. Squidge it down. So easel cards are a really simple card to make, and they look really effective. They look really nice for the person receiving them because they can stand them up, so they've got quite a nice kind of effect. And then we're just going to pop him about here, I think, like so. So that's the front. Okay, so there's the finished easel card, and you can see it's lovely and sparkly. The way it just stands up, I think looks really, really cute. So that's the just a really nice way to do a Christmas. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon.